Send me the link. Send me the link in DMs.
Oh, I got you. Hold on. All right, I'll move down.
All right.
I'll move down if not needed. I'll come back up.
All right. Let me get our theme song ready. I got this, Tensa. Hold on.
Huh.
Just give me
What's that thing? Okay.
Before you do it,
You got it.
Let me announce like the shit start. Tell me when you're about to do it, and I'll announce like the match start so everybody can hear the team and shit.
Yeah. It's gonna start now. Okay. 5.
Give me a second. No, give me a second. I gotta type it out.
Sure.
Tanwin.
And Tensa.
And who you have?
Gojo.
Tanwin at Tensa.
Bro, Tanwin, I hope you didn't pick us like a fucking spy topic.
No.
It's gonna be some normal shit.
What is it? Gojo versus who?
I don't even know, bro. It's some random.
Yeah, who
I'm
do you
just
have?
trusting Tanwin with the topic, bro.
Who do
The
you
South
have?
Park new kid. South Park new kid.
South Park who?
You're
New
such a
kid.
rat. You're such a rat.
Wait, nah, type that shit out, bro. I don't know what
It's the
fuck
fucking
this is.
the South Park video game. The character you play as.
Okay, I guess.
Did you send me the link in DMs, Center?
Just
Hold on,
hope.
I'm doing this.
Just
I'll
hope
do
no
it.
one.
I'll do it.
Okay.
South Park game character.
Were you typing it out?
Yeah,
I was already doing it.
you're good.
All right.
All right, you can do it now.
So Rakusan. All right, let's go.
Hold on, let me record it too.
What?
Go
Why
ahead,
is
you
this file unsupported? Hold on.
All right, I'm at the ping.
Oh my god. Someone drag the bot up real quick. Hey, who muted it?
I don't know, but that bitch was loud.
Who muted it? Oh, bro. I screwed up bot, bro. Let's just get into it. Dumb shit. Alright. So, do you want me to
Who's
start
going
that?
first?
You can start if you want. I don't mind too much.
Sure. Again, I'll start then. Cool. What does your character do against Infinity? I'll just start off with that.
Okay. When I give a brief description of what Infinity does.
Yeah. Also, just for rules, it's like tornado tech, so we can speak whenever.
Okay.
No, nigga, this is not tornado. It's one at a time, bro. Don't try hold these
Why?
niggas.
Start off.
Bro, the rules is 5-10 minutes. 5
All
to
right,
10 minutes.
5 minutes.
Holy
Okay.
shit. Bruh.
Okay, Town. You want to this post scans what Infinity does?
Yeah. Sure. Just give a description first while I do that. Basically, Infinity is like it just slows down every object coming towards it, and it's like sorted out via mass, danger sensory, or like anything that has any sort of danger. And it just slows it down to the point where you can't move anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me get that for you. So basically, anything that possesses mass or any form of energy would be stopped by Infinity.
Okay, so just to make sure we're on the same page, you're at volume 0 though, right?
I've read Volume 0.
Okay, so you know what what's his name says about Infinity? Or the limitless technique, which would include Infinity. It's Miguel.
Yeah, what about it?
Miguel says that he uses his cursor energy to control space, right? When it was talking about his Infinity technique, right?
Does he say that?
Yeah, I'll post it. Look in scans.
Do you still want the description for Infinity, those scans, or are you good with what I said?
You can post it. I'm mainly just good. I just mainly want you to agree that Infinity is just like spaceship manip.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I presented the evidence for what Infinity is. I'll let Tensa argue for the spatial manip stuff though.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Tanwin is saying that it basically like negates attacks based on the mass and stuff, like what counts as a threat and not. How is it being spatial manipulation like counter that exactly? That was the initial question Tanwin asked you. Like, you brought this shit up for what?
No, I wanted to get established that it was spatial manip, like just to, because like when you say counter, like how is it countering, right? And if we get established to how it works for it to be countered, it just creates like a solid line we can follow to know what the ability actually is, it being ambiguous, you know.
Yeah, sure, but he was saying that it basically like negates attacks based on what they
Yeah, I
are.
know. I'm fine with that. I'm
And you're saying it's
like, I'm
so
basically.
okay. Yeah,
I just
it can
I
be
just want to
spatial
set a baseline.
manipulation on an atomic scale. That's fine.
Yeah, I just wanted to set a baseline to like how it negates attacks, and if it negates attacks by manipulating space to like make distance, all that stuff, then whatchamacallit, I think that's fine. Like
You can
I
see
just
how it negates attacks. Should I get a scan? Like it just stops them. It's it
yeah,
does use
I
like the
know, but
space manipulation, but it's not just like just
that's not the
warping
point.
them away or some shit.
Okay, you can post the scans and like you can read all the
No, I'll
descriptions.
get it. I mean, don't you debate JJK? Don't you know about the scans that happen like right before the one that Taman posted? Where
I
he
mean,
stubs the pen but not the rubber.
and you know what he says about it?
What does he say about it?
He
He says
says
that he's
that
mastering this shit now, doesn't he?
yeah. What's the matter? Like,
Bro,
yeah.
can you just lay out a point for me? I don't even think we're at disagreement here. I just don't get why you're bringing this shit up.
Oh my god. The point is,
He said
I'm
it like 3
fine.
times.
I already said it. I'm fine with him like quote unquote negating attacks, right? But I'm saying how is he negating attacks, right?
Yeah,
Let's get
it's
to
spatial
okay, okay.
manipulation. Yeah,
Okay,
we
so
agree.
we agree. So then why were we arguing about this? I just wanted to get that out of the way.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Okay,
then we agree.
okay. So it's spatial manip.
Yeah,
Okay,
spatial
okay.
on the atomic scale. Yeah.
Okay, so here is the new kid, not the new kid. His somebody named Mintberry Crunch, right? So what happens is
Who's that?
right here, Mintberry Crunch. He has mint, right?
He has mint.
His power
Oh,
is mint,
shit.
right? And it's stated right here that his power is woven into the fabric of space time, right? And because it's woven in the fabric of space time, like you actually just can't touch him. It's similar to how like Gojo's infinity barrier works. He's controlling space. Or and in a sense, it would be passive because it's just that mint exists in space time as a whole, right? So similar to Gojo, but like on a wider scale. And you just can't attack him, right? I can show you gameplay as well for how it works. If when you cover a mint, you can't harm
The
him.
scans in order.
Yeah.
To the fabric of space time. So it's a part of space time. How does that make the ability passive again?
Yeah, I'm just saying it exists as in space time as a whole. Like that's what like space time just has mint. It just exists there. It's like say it like this, like
Space time can't have me. I don't get how does this like help your character again? You just said that the ability would be passive. No, it wouldn't be
yeah,
passive. There's like no proof for that.
I'm saying it works similar like Gojo, like mint just exists in space time. Like I exist as a human, I exist passively. Like obviously like unless you think I don't exist
Yo,
passively,
hello?
it'd be weird.
Hello, Auden.
Like
Yeah,
you
okay,
can't
I
ask.
get the fact that okay, I don't disagree with it, quote unquote, passively existing.
Okay. My
But
point.
how does this help your character? Like
Oh my
Do
god.
you
it
guys
exists
want to?
passively.
Hello,
Like that
hello.
doesn't
In
scale
about
anywhere.
I was gonna say
No
something
hacks, no
real quick.
nothing.
Can I say
Pay
something
attention.
real quick?
Wait,
Can I say something?
let Auden
I
speak.
was
Let
gonna
Auden
say,
speak.
in about 5 minutes, can you guys get off this point? Because you guys are kind of just repeating the same thing.
We just got on this.
Yeah, we
Well,
did.
okay.
Bro, finish arguing, bro. Go ahead, bro.
My point is that in this interaction they say that like you can't I can pull a gameplay for you, but they say you can't hurt him or you can't affect Midberry Crunch because
No, the scan doesn't even say that.
that's why I'm
The scan says that yup, you don't mess with men.
Tensa, be quiet. Like what's wrong with you? And that's why I'm gonna pull up gameplay on it. In gameplay, when you try to attack
Sure,
Midberry,
show me.
okay. But I'm gonna keep talking while
If you can get
I'm gonna keep, I'm gonna keep
proof of
I'm
what
gonna
you're
keep
saying, then yeah,
talking.
sure, show me.
I'm gonna keep talking while I get it, okay? So in gameplay, when you try to attack
5 minutes. You have to
Midberry,
tag out.
Alright,
anyway.
bro. Tommy, you wanna take over then?
Yeah, I'll take over, but he'll have to switch to
Alright, bro, you
Maki's.
got it.
Okay.
Cool. So
Jen, send me the clip real quick. By the way.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got you.
I'll wait for the scan because this doesn't really help.
Okay. Even though Jin's mic is fucking like underwater, I could barely hear what he was arguing. Right. The way I'm seeing the scan is that mint exists throughout space time, right? So if it exists throughout space time, it would have to be passive, right? Because it's intertwined with space time, which exists everywhere. Would you agree with that? Space time exists in the realm.
I'd agree space and time exist, but I don't see the correlation for why it would be passive inherently.
Okay. So if we're fighting in like a space time, right? Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And mint is intertwined with all of space time. It would exist everywhere inside the space time.
Yeah, I know you said that. Yeah.
Okay. So if that's the case,
that's not what I'm.
passive.
Hold on. Again, I'm just gonna ask you the same question again. What's the correlation between space and time and passivity? Like, why does that mean something's passive?
Okay. So passive, right? And a passive ability is an ability that doesn't have to be activated or anything, right? So it doesn't have to be, full fledged. Like he has to use a move or an ability to expand upon it, right? So if it exists in space time at all points in time, the move would have to be passive because it's always within the space time. It's not activated. It's just there, right? 24/7.
Okay. You're saying that mint, in this case, has a connection to space-time, correct?
It's in space time. Yeah, so
it exists within space-time?
Yeah.
So that would just mean it exists within our realm.
You said what?
That would just mean it exists within our realm. That's not going to help you. If you want to say that there's a correlation or there's a connection between it and space-time, we can get into that. But if you're going to say it exists within space-time, then that's fine because everything exists within space-time based on how you explained it. That doesn't justify it being passive exclusively.
My fault. Can you repeat that one more time? I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, you're good. I'm saying that if you want to argue that mint exists in space-time and our realm also exists within space-time, then that doesn't mean that mint is passive because there's no connection between the actual, like, the way space-time works and the way mint works in this case. If you want to argue a connection between mint and how the function of space and time, then you can do that, right?
Wait,
but the
hold
way
up.
you're describing it to me right now, there's no connection that makes it different from anything else.
Okay. Wait. So hold up, Tom. You already agreed that mint is within the space time, right? That's what you agreed with earlier, right?
And you've told me, hold on. You've told me that everything.
I'm just clarifying. That's what you agreed to.
Mint space-time. Given the framework of space-time that you've tried establishing, yeah.
My question.
Yep.
Because if you agree to it, yes or no, I'm gonna expand upon it. Right. That's why I'm asking. Did you agree that mint exists within space time?
Based off the framework you've presented, yeah.
Okay. So if it exists within space time, right, which is all the space and time, past, present, and future, right? And I'm not saying like they're connected. I'm saying like they're one and the same. Mint is space time, right?
Okay, that's a different argument. Then. We can go into that whether it's one and the same. Hold on.
Okay.
Sure.
So I think the scan is saying that.
So what do you think woven into the fabric of X thing would mean here? Like woven into the fabric would mean it's added to, it's like an additive to it, right? So it exists with space.
I think when it says woven into, I think it's trying to say and correlate that it's woven into space time, which makes it one and the same, right? So if I were to get a space time and I weave mint into all of space and time, it would be one and the same, right? Therefore connected, right? So if that's the case, space time and mint are one and the same, so which is fine.
Wait.
Okay. So when when they're talking about woven into, right? I think they're talking about that mint is woven into space time as a whole, right? It's past, present, future. And if that's the case, and it's woven through space and time throughout time, it would have to be passive, right? Because it's one and the same. If that makes sense to you, I could probably explain a little bit better if you want.
Okay. Again, that's not proving what I'm asking you to prove. But I don't think you're understanding the way I'm trying to explain it. I'll let Tensa explain it. Tensa, you can go.
The thing is, Jin just sent me like the stuff that I was asking him to send me before. So should I just go over that first, or should we get into this different shit?
Not then.
Let's finish this point up first.
Continue off the point Tanwin is tagging you in for.
Nah, bro, Tamaki, just lay the entire argument out for me first. Let's just get over with that, just to make sure I understand what you're saying.
Okay, the argument I was proposing was that mint and space time are one and the same, right? That's basically in short. That space time and mint are the same thing because if it's woven into space time, it would be within.
Yeah, go ahead.
If it's woven into space time, it would be connected with all space time across time. So if
Yeah,
that's
that
the
doesn't mean
case,
they're
right?
the same. That just means that they have like this necessary connection that doesn't prove anything. Hello?
No, I think they're woven into each other. If they're woven to each other, that means they're connected through time, which would make them the same. I don't
No, that
understand.
does no. You're already
It's
addressing
technically
them as
wait, hold up.
different things. Like you can't say
Technically,
they're
if
the
you're
same
agreeing
thing.
that it's woven into it, would be like if they're the same thing, that's a connection because space and time are the same thing. Like that would be fine to me.
If I'm connected to my grandma, doesn't mean we're like the same person. No, the fuck it doesn't. Like, what are you talking about? You're addressing them as different things.
I don't think that's the same thing. Because if you're connected, what do you mean when you're connected to your grandma?
You just said there's this connection between them.
Yeah,
They're
wait.
evolving
What
into
I
it.
asked you first,
That
I
means
said
they're
it's
the
not
same thing.
And I'm asking you, what would you trying to say when you mean by you're connected to your grandma?
Bro,
Like,
I think it was kind of obvious, but the point is
Like, are
that
you
the point
woven
that I'm
into your
making is
grandma?
that okay, the point is that okay, what if I'm partially woven into my grandma? What if I make a part of my grandma? What if there's this connection between us? The same way you're addressing mint and space-time as different
I
things,
think if you're
but
woven
you're
into
saying
your
that they
grandma,
have
you'd be the
this
same
big,
person.
big connection, like this big time connection, something that has to be taken into account.
Tensa,
Why does that mean that they're the same thing?
Tensa, that analogy, I think if you're woven into your grandma, you guys would be the same being.
Why?
What?
Because
Why are you addressing us as different beings then? That's a self-defeating argument.
what? No. I'm just saying it so you can understand better. I think you guys would be the same person, right? Because if you're woven into your grandma, right, it is two beings intertwined into one being. Therefore, you'd be the same being, right?
How does that make any sense to you, dog? What level?
You not understand
how
it?
disingenuous do you have to be for this? Okay, so you're saying that because I have a
I
connection, this
think it's like
physical
when you connect
connection
two
to my
Legos
grandma,
to make one thing.
that means
Make one
okay.
Lego.
Can I finish? Can I finish?
Hold up, one
So you're
second.
saying
Jen
that
wants to
because
get
there
tagged
exists a
in. Wait. Jen wants to get
okay.
tagged in, so I'll
Okay.
tag him. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to eating my food.
Okay.
Wasn't it? Wait. Doesn't this point just deviate from the fact that it would be passive or not?
Well, I'm saying it's passive in the sense that obviously you agree space and time exist like there. It just exists there.
Yeah, sure.
And
But wait, are you saying that the ability is passive?
Yes, and the fact that because it is interwoven with space and time, it will just be space and time as well.
You want to finish this point, or should I just attack the fact that it's not passive? Because I think I have a very good counter argument for that.
We can finish this point.
Yeah, sure. So do you hold like the same views Tamaki holds? Like, do you believe that because I have a connection to something, that must mean that I am the same thing? Even though you yourself, even though Tamaki addresses me and my grandma as different beings, you're just saying that there exists a connection. Therefore, we're the same.
In the context when we say woven together, we are not talking about connected in the sense that like you and your you and your mom are connected like by blood or something like that, right? Like by family lineage. When they say connect together, something like woven together, think of it like Goku and Vegeta. They fused to make Vegito. Goku and Vegeta are one person when they are Vegito. They are connected, they are woven together, right? There's two different type of ways to use connected. Obviously, what?
Yeah, okay. Let me make like a better analogy just for understanding. So if my test answers are like going into the paper that I was writing on, the test itself, does that mean they would be the same thing? Because I can definitely conceive that happening in this case. There's no counter evidence supporting that. You guys are just making shit up and telling me that this is the case.
You said writing on a piece of paper, or did I mishear you? Like what you say?
Yeah, I said that if you're taking a test and you're writing on a piece of paper, then your answers are going to be one. No, your answers would be connected to the paper the same way I can conceive this happening in. You guys are not actually validating what you're saying. There's nothing that suffices this interpretation.
Wait.
You're just saying this is how it works. Show me why this works this way.
Wait. I'm just gonna. Okay, so you're using connected in the sense as you write on a piece of paper and like there's pencil marking on the paper. How is that like connected?
What do you mean? How is that connected?
In what way does it fit the definition of connected? I don't see it.
Okay, so a definition of connected in this case could just be making a part of something through fusing into one thing.
Yeah, but they aren't fusing.
The exact same definition you guys are trying to use. So what's the reasoning for that? Where's the proof?
No. In the example I gave with Goku and Vegeta, they two people come together to make entirely something new, a new person.
Let me clarify something. You made that as a counterexample. I clarified my example.
An example you gave with a pencil and a piece of paper, they aren't fusing into one thing. That's it's still.
Yeah,
It's
they
still,
are because
No,
they
it's
form a
not.
different being
The
now. No,
paper,
that means
the
no.
paper does not.
The stuff
The
that I
paper
wrote
does
on that
not
paper,
change the word
it
on
forms
it.
a
What?
different being now. It's a test that is filled out. It's not
The
an empty
paper is
test.
not
It's
a
a
different
test that
being.
is filled
No, I
out.
disagree. The paper is not a different being. The paper is still the same being, and a marking is still a different being from paper as well. They are not fused. Like
Yeah, sure.
Goku.
So you're just begging the question. You can't show me why this is not the case in your scan.
Okay, bro.
That's what I'm questioning.
Go
I'm giving
ahead.
these
Go ahead
examples
and
as
get
ways I
it.
can
All right.
conceive this happening in. So
Tensa,
show me
go ahead and
proof,
get
or
it.
you're just gonna have to concede this point. Go ahead.
Go get a piece of paper right now. Write on it and show me the piece of paper turned into Vegito or something new. Go ahead. Go ahead. Show me that.
What?
No, you made that as a counterexample.
No,
I
no,
already
no, no.
clarified
I
mine.
want
You don't
I
have
want
to
you
get
go
into that
ahead.
again.
I want
You
you
didn't
go
finish the
ahead.
point the first time.
No,
I'm not gonna let you
Tensa,
backtrack on it. Anyways,
Tensa,
so
I'm
you're
not
gonna
back.
have to show me
What?
evidence
Are
of
you
this being the
insane?
case in your argument. You don't have to just keep questioning my
Tensa, and I
analogy
just
because I'm
did.
clearly
Tensa,
establishing something with this
Tensa,
analogy.
Tensa,
You're
I
gonna
just
have to
did.
either disagree with that
Tensa,
or
I
you're
literally
gonna have to
just
go
did.
in
I
and
told
concede.
you.
So show
I
me this
told
being a
you.
case in your
Tensa,
scan.
I just did. I told you to
You
use
can
your
scream at
brain.
me all you want. That's not gonna
I'm
disapprove of
telling
my
you. Tell
point.
me I
Like, go
just
ahead
showed
and show
you.
me.
Tensa, I
Jin,
just
do you
showed
have
you. Are
proof
you
or do you have not?
I
Do you
Wait,
have
wait,
proof
Tensa,
or do you
Tensa,
not?
Tensa, Tensa,
Tensa, I
Tensa,
already
Tensa. If
showed
you
it.
want me to prove it, stop talking over him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta
I'm
let him
explaining
go,
Tensa. I
bro.
already showed
You
you.
gotta let
I
him
said
go.
I said
Alright,
this
bro.
like, yo,
Okay.
do a social experiment. I said, here, do a social experiment. Get a piece of paper, get a pencil, write on it, and see how it doesn't make a new entire being like Goku and Vegeta fusing it to Gogeta or Vegito, right? It's still just a piece of paper lying over there. You just wrote a couple words on top of it. It's just marking on a piece of paper. It is not like a fusion to make something entirely new, like Goku and Vegeta
Wait,
making a
Tensa, can I tag in?
You
like that.
understand
Like,
my point,
you
correct? I'm
really
just saying
feel on
that
your
I'm
words.
just giving an equal interpretation to the scan, and I'm
You're
just
not
giving them
equal.
conceivable ideas in which it doesn't work the way they think it does, and they can't prove that it does work the way they think it does. That's my point. So if you want, you can take over.
All right, sure. So, Jin, what the
Hubert,
problem?
mic up. Wait. Let Hubert tag in now.
Okay.
I have like zero idea what this nigga Jones arguing because his mic.
But okay, Jin. Basically, what Jin's saying is the way he's using woven, an example of an example that he can derive based off the definition of woven is that Goku and Vegeta fusing, right? Tensa gave a counterexample and he said, okay, me writing on a piece of paper would also be an example. Now Jin's saying this isn't similar to the Goku and Vegeta example whatsoever, which again,
No,
like,
I
it doesn't
said
have to be
it's
similar
not.
to it whatsoever.
Wait, Jen, chill.
He's strawman. I'm just making sure I'm clear. I said it's not similar and it doesn't fit the definitions.
Okay. He's explained why it fits the definition. The reason you think it doesn't fit the definition is because you think your example is more applicable to the situation or the definition presented. He's already explained why this situation that he's presented would be fitting the definition as well. If you want to assume that your argument is true by default and then say, my example isn't correct because it doesn't fit mine, then that's inherently just you being dishonest with me because you haven't fulfilled your burden of proving interpretation and example in the first place. It's what's in question. You're using what's in question in order to substantiate your point.
Okay. I'm not lie. I did not listen to that shit. I'm gonna just ask this real quick. Jen, just type yes or no in chat. Are you saying like the way Tenso is saying writing on paper and Goku and fusing with each other are like not the same thing as a way of connection? Just yes or no thing.
Like weaving is just like you
Or not.
connect two things. Right?
Yeah, Tamagi.
Okay. So Tenso, do you think like writing on a paper and like the way fusion works in like Dragon Ball, how Jin's analogy is to the same form of connection?
I think you could definitely say that they could be the same form of connection. I explained this when I said that when you write on a piece of paper and say it's a test. Yeah, sure. Then I would say. I mean, yeah, I thought you wanted me to like actually explain it.
I mean, you can explain
Jin
it,
didn't
but,
listen, I think, but
it's fine. Go ahead.
yeah, I do think that they could be the same.
Okay. Now I understand what's happening because I couldn't hear Jin's mic from underwater in the bathroom at the same time, and then he was yelling over Jin, so I couldn't even hear him. But 1 second.
But yeah, we can like probably get to conclusions soon.
Okay, so it's Tanwin right now, right?
Yep.
Okay, Tanwin, how do you think like writing on a piece of paper and Goku and Vegeta fusing into one separate being, right, is the same thing? I just want to know.
Okay. Because the way we're describing weave, and this is how Jin and you have both like presented it, right? is just basically like interconnection between two things, correct?
The interconnection.
Mm-hmm. Just a connection between two things, or two different variables into like one variable. Is that not how you're describing it?
I was describing it as that.
Ace is right, Brad. If
How do
it's
you-
Tensa's argument, since he brought up the example, I'll just tag out and have Tensa explain why like it would pertain to that.
You didn't
No,
say
no,
anything.
no. It don't work like that. You
It do work
gotta
like that.
stand your
It
ground,
do
bro.
work like that.
You gotta
It do work
defend
like
him.
that. I'm allowed to tag out. If
But
it's
wasn't
yeah.
there a tag out? Wasn't there a timer for tagging out or something?
No, there
Yeah,
wasn't.
The 5
yeah,
minutes.
There
there
is,
is.
there is, there is.
Is
Yeah,
there?
the 5
Yeah.
minutes aren't up. You have another.
That's why I
Yeah,
was. That's
you
why I
have to
was so
defend
confused.
this
Everyone
shit,
kept
bro.
dragging it out, so I was
Sure.
like, okay, but anyway, okay. Anyways,
All right.
I was confused too, so don't worry. But
Okay.
so Tanwin,
I'll just
you
start
think
with this
okay.
then.
So you think if I were to write on a piece of paper and the writing is on top of the paper, and Goku and Vegeta doing a fusion dance and turning into one entire separate new being, which are intertwined as one, composed to me writing on paper, which is just literally
Yeah,
writing on top of paper
absolutely.
is the same thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
Okay. Wait. So you think me writing on top of paper and the writing being on top of the paper is the same as two characters fusing into one new separate being?
absolutely.
Why?
I'll explain why. I've already explained how there's two variables, and the variables fusing would create like X and Y. So if X is the ink, right? The writing
No,
on the
I don't think you're
paper.
understanding. Pull up. When I'm saying I'm saying that there's what's the easier way to explain it to you? Okay, when you write on a piece of paper, right? When I said that it's on top of the paper, that's like me fucking putting two papers stacking on top of each other, right? It's just on top of the paper. But when Goku and Vegeta fuse together,
not in this case.
they're not.
That's not
They're not on top
analogous.
or on top of each other or anything like that. Written upon.
That's not
They're
analogous.
fused into one new being as a separate new entity, right? I don't understand how it's the same thing.
Again. Yeah, I understand what you're trying to say, but again, that's not defeating what I'm saying. I don't think the situation presents analogous at all, right? I'll explain this, right? If I put ink on a paper, right, that would be X and Y being together, and it will create XY, right? And it'll be a paper.
In what way are they together?
Hold on. Tamaki, hold on. It would be a paper with ink on it, or a paper with writing on it, right? Now, in this case, Goku and Vegeta fusing is Goku and Vegeta. They're both one, just as the paper and the writing.
That's different. That's not even close to saying. When you write on paper, you're putting it on top of the paper, right, to stand out towards your eyes so you can see what you're writing on, right? You can literally erase that shit off, and the
That's
paper
not a
fine. It's
debater.
not intertwined. Wait, I'm not done. But the way Goku and Vegeta's fusion works, Tanwin, is that they're not on top of each other. That's not even close. Two beings are separate and
what the
woven into one new entire entity. That's how fusion works in Dragon Ball, right? So I don't see how you writing on paper, right, and then it's just being on top of paper, like not even intertwined or woven or anything. It's just on top of the fucking paper, right? For example, to even like distinguish the fact that they're different, if you were to erase writing on paper, the paper would be fine. But if you were to shoot Vegeta's arm off,
I didn't hear you. Can you say that again? Sure.
I was just okay. I was just saying.
I'm gonna say this. Wait. I'm gonna say this. If Tanwin says that shit again, bro, it's over, bro. You lost. You can't say, "Oh, I can't hear him." Blah blah blah.
My bad. You know what? It's been 5 minutes. It's been 5 minutes.
I was just saying it again.
It's been 5 minutes. It's been 5 minutes. Wait, Tensa, tag in.
I was just oh, what happened?
Finally, time's up. Jesus.
No, Jen, you should go back in. This is more your argument. This is your character.
Yo, Jane, can you summarize your buddy's arguments for me? Just to make sure we're on the same understanding.
Yeah, so from what I was understanding for Hubert's argument, Hubert was trying to draw that the whole quote unquote woven like piece of paper and writing aren't the same because they aren't really connected together. It's literally just you writing on a piece of paper and the words stand out, which you can erase, and which shows that they are not connected and entirely combined together like Goku and Vegeta are when they fuse into Vegeta, because you can't just like get an eraser or something and just completely like fucking destroy that shit. Like they are literally this one single entity. That's what I got from it. What did you get from it?
Wait. Was my mic not working anyways? Okay. No, now it does. right? You can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, question is, the distinction is only to the degree at which they combine, isn't it? Like, what's the degree of this combination? Like, would you be able to separate them without them sustaining damage, or would you not?
The point
There's
is,
no, isn't that the distinction? It's a yes or no question.
no,
You don't
no,
gotta
no,
ramble.
no. I don't think. No, that's not the distinction. No.
Okay, so can you specify this distinction again? I'm not sure if I understand the point because there seems to be the
Okay.
disagreement with. Wait,
Okay.
wait. Let me just say what I think the disagreement's at. So you guys are saying that x plus y doesn't equal y and x. You're saying that they combine into something entirely different. No?
Okay. We don't think the piece of paper and the pencil writing are fused together. We don't think it's connected or intertwined at all.
Well, how do you define fuse? How do you define fuse? Just give me the definition you're using.
Two things like Goku. That's literally an example. Like Goku and Vegeta combined to make something completely new. Like we don't think that a pencil getting wrote in the paper to see whatchamacallit, like writing is something completely new in a sense because it's still a piece of paper and you can still erase the writing. It's not something that you can whatchamacallit, that's stuck together forever.
No, for it to be for it to be the same thing, they would have to be stuck forever. So
But
there
why
is the
do they-
degree.
but
No,
why
this
do
is
they
what I
keep
asked you
doing
about.
this
No. Wait, are you gonna let me finish?
Go ahead.
Just
go ahead.
stop being a bitch. Okay.
But
Point is,
that's a concession.
listen. No. I understand the disagreement, and there was no concession. The disagreement is it's exactly what I asked you about. I don't know why you denied that. So all I'm saying is this: you guys are saying that you're not able to fuse these two things together because you wouldn't be able to take them apart. You're saying that you wouldn't be able to take Gogeta apart, but you're saying that you would be able to take the writing and the paper apart.
Yeah,
Is that your point or not?
You have ever heard about a racer?
Yeah, I have. Have you ever
Okay.
heard about it? Okay, so why are you not able to remove each singular fucking cell that compromises Vegeta from the body of Gogeta and just have Goku back? Why is that impossible? Why is it a process you cannot reverse through, like, I don't know what magical or scientific means?
I mean, if you read Dragon Ball, I mean, you would.
No,
would
I
know.
haven't. So enlighten me.
Well, that's your problem. Then I don't know what to tell you, bro. But I'm gonna keep going. If you read Dragon Ball, you would know you can't.
Yeah, no,
do
you
that.
have to.
I'm saying if you read Dragon Ball, you would know you can't do that. Like so, like I'm not gonna sit and waste my time with that. I mean, I can give you an example. Like if you, he left fucking stage. I was gonna say like, oh my god, perfect analogy too, bro. You can't just fucking like, oh my god, bro.
Yo, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, hello?
So you are okay, yeah. So you're not gonna present the explanation for your point. You're just gonna say, oh, you would know if this and that.
Yeah.
Well,
and
there
I'll
you
give
go.
another
You
example,
can
too.
okay, so you can explain
I'll
your
give another
point.
example,
You
too,
can explain your
'cause,
point.
you know what Kool-Aid is? Kool-Aid, like it's like water plus like sugary packing that actually makes something new, right? You can't remove like sugary packing from the Kool-Aid to get water. You can't reverse that. They are literally combined, and you cannot unreverse that process, right?
I don't think you get the
would agree,
point.
right?
I don't think you
Whoa,
understand.
whoa.
This is a matter of, like, I guess, kind of like some form of identity that these things hold.
Okay. So
We're not saying that you yourself wouldn't be able to do this.
Are you
We're
gonna attack the analogy?
asking
Are you
if
gonna attack
it.
the analogy?
Yeah, I'm explaining to you. I'm attacking your line of reasoning, not just the analogy. The analogy is predicated off that line of reasoning.
But no, but
If I just tackle your argument in its
is
fundamentals, then there we go. Your argument is defeated. So the point is this: very simple.
What?
Yo, Ghetto Jin, are you gonna listen to my point, or are you gonna
I
keep
heard
conceding because you
mementos.
can't explain yourself?
I heard mementos. What you say?
So, I'm just gonna explain the argument to you. You're talking about how we are unable to take Goku and Vegeta apart, and you gave me another example. But what I'm asking you about is, would we be able to take these apart? I don't know, with some like more advanced, like scientific thing. This is a matter of identities, not just composition. That's what you guys are making it out to be. If they were the same being, then they would hold the same properties. It would be a necessity. If space and time and mint were to be the same being, you haven't proved that. Still,
I mean,
you gave me examples. We're going back and forth with analogies. The initial point, Jin, listen. You're not good. You're not gonna understand my point.
Okay,
All I'm asking for is for proof that the mint and space-time are one and the same being.
Okay, so
we seem to have misunderstandings in here. We seem to
I'm
have
just gonna
different analogies.
I'm just gonna point it out to you.
But-
If you want to look up how Vegeta is made or Gogeta is made, it's literally just two people combined into one, just like how Kool-Aid and water combine into one, you literally can't like
Alright.
scoop out the Kool-Aid, sugar, and
Yeah,
the
you
water.
didn't justify why that's
Do
analogous
you guys
anyways.
want to
We can move
conclude?
on.
And
Do you
like
guys want to conclude?
Yeah, we want to conclude.
I'm gonna say I already posted the scans where they say it, and I posted the gameplay as well to show us that. So like,
The
Wait, so-
gameplay was a different point. We agreed to only go over this for now, but I already have a counter argument for that. So if you if you want to discuss that next, then yeah, we can just go over that.
Okay. You guys want to conclude on this point?
we can conclude.
Yeah.
Dial pads,
Yeah,
AI
this point would,
skills,
Auden, just for
completely
clarification, this
transformed how we
point is
sell.
whether
AI is
mint
built
and
right
space
into
times
like coaching,
are like the same
speed
thing or
dialing,
not.
note
Yep.
taking,
Yep. I got it.
objection handling,
Bro,
and
who do you
more.
want? Who do you
We
want
can
going
see
first?
faster.
I want Jin to conclude first.
Okay.
Okay. I think I won this point because I literally posted a scan where they say like mint and it's just woven into space time. Me and Hubert gave multiple examples for what woven would be talking about, and it's talking about two things that are interconnected that like can't be separated. They just are the same thing. We gave an example of Goku and Vegeta fusing into Vegeta.
Wait, my bad for cutting you. Did you say can't be separated or can?
Cannot.
Can't.
Cannot.
Okay.
We gave an example of Goku and Vegeta fusing to Gogeta or Vegito. Like there's two separate things combined into one to make something new. I recently just gave an example with Kool-Aid and not Kool-Aid, water. Water in the Kool-Aid packet, like the sugar to make Kool-Aid. Like you can't just like take the water out like once it's already combined together. Like you can't do that. Like they're already stuck together. It's already made. I don't think his analogy with the paper and the pencil writing really was a form of woven or connection because it literally just you can literally erase it and it's still a piece of paper at the end of the day. It's literally just something being on top of a piece of paper. That's all it is. It's something on top of a piece of paper. So that's pretty much it.
All right, go ahead, Tensa.
Okay, so this was my argument. I mean, me and Tammy's argument because he kind of carried it for a bit, but so they are saying that these things are one and the same in the sense that they are interwoven. I asked them, what do they mean? They say it's like quite literally the same thing. They cannot be separated. You can't do anything with them. And I just asked them, like, why? Why is that the case? I asked them for proof. There was no proof given besides more explanations and analogies that just spiraled into all of these like arguments that we had. Where I was still denying this line of reason. I even got to the point where I actually had to deny it because they weren't understanding. If I ask them to justify this and that, they hold the obligation that they do have to justify it. They have to present justification. There has to be evidence for me to believe this. But that never happened. Jin did say that he brought this and that up, but all of the arguments that were made, all of the major points that he brought up, all of them were just like analogies, examples. Nothing that actually supported this line of reason that he's trying to put forth. Tanwin did the best job at defending my argument. Props to him. Good job, Tanwin. But Auden, you can give your judgment. I just denied the line of reason. I asked them why, and they just gave me like analogies and stuff. Like,
Okay.
if you heard
so
my argument about like necessities and stuff, then yeah, you should get that.
I think Tanwin and Tensa won the point pretty easily. I don't think you guys justified why the mint and space time would have any correlation at all.
Bro.
You know we posted a scan of what woven was. Okay, so not Tanwin, Alden. We posted it literally saying they're woven together, and then the whole thing we were talking about is what woven meant.
Can we not do debate goon stuff?
Yeah,
I
I was just saying like that was the correlation.
I acknowledge that they put that into question, and they said it didn't have to mean that, and they were saving basically to just go over the rest of it for another point. I'm just talking about your line of reasoning for it actually connecting. That's what the point we're on right now. We're not talking about what the scan entails. So just off of whose line of reasoning made more sense.
I was just making sure.
Able to prove what you're saying.
I was just making sure because I thought when you meant like you didn't connect it is you didn't think I posted a scan for it. But if you just
I acknowledge you posted the scan, but the connection in terms of how those things correlate was never proven through the reasoning.
That's fine. I was just making sure you knew what was actually happening because if you just didn't think whatchamacallit.
Well, yeah, I acknowledge the scan. They put it into question. That's why the next point's going to be more going into the scan.
It's fine. Like if you don't think us appealing to woven means connection, and then like us going through examples of things that are connected it doesn't fulfill the burden, it's fine. We can move on.
Okay, cool. I guess I'll tag in because Tensa was speaking for a while, but
Wait, wait. Just to make clear, what is them winning the point? What does that mean now?
Basically, like
It disconnects their. It
yeah, like
disconnects
I was
their.
just I was just trying to prove that like Mint-Berry Crunch has spatial manip, so
Yeah,
the new
they'd
kid
have to.
has spatial manip.
It disconnects the mint and the time space shit.
Yep. So if you don't want to argue for Mint, then I'll ask you this then: how does your character get past infinity?
Do you know what attacks infinity works on?
Anything that possesses mass or any form of energy, and there's some other prerequisites as well.
What type of energy?
Just as energy.
Yeah, but what type of energy? Like that's very basic, not basic.
I
Ambiguous.
just gave you an answer. That would serve as an answer.
But that's ambiguous. Like, if it's kinetic energy,
Yeah. Well, here's how it's explained. It said that anything which possesses any degree of cursed energy, or
Okay.
anything that hold on, anything that possesses mass,
Jen, don't
speed,
pick
or shape, any object or any sort of cursed energy, just by default detected.
You're talking about this game right here, right?
Yeah.
Wait. Can we switch? Can
That's fine. That's fine. Go
Tommy
ahead,
come in
Hubert.
because Jin's been going.
I'll do this point, and then afterwards we can just conclude the entire debate. Because there are people are waiting for disaster shit.
No, I want to give one hacks out. No live. It's gonna be funny. But anyways, what y'all was talking about? I was in stage and I was eating.
Yeah, you guys are gonna try contesting it now.
Hubert, basically, Tanwin's just trying to show us what types of energy, can he like negate?
So basically, what can infinity block?
Yeah.
Okay. Talon, go ahead and explain what kind of hacks or abilities or things infinity could block.
Anything that has any sort of mass, speed, or cursed energy would be blocked.
So something with mass, mass what?
Mass, speed, or cursed energy.
Mass, speed. Okay, can you show me a scan that says like it blocks anything with mass and speed?
Yeah, I got you. Here.
Hubert, just like look at the thing I replied to, the dots.
I never read JK, so.
Yeah.
I don't think the scan says that he could block everything with mass and speed. And what I'm getting from this scan is that he could distinguish like the danger levels of things based on their mass and speed, right?
He's not doing it. It's passive.
I mean, it says he could distinguish it. That's what I'm saying in short.
So
I'm
distinguishes.
not saying it's not passive. I'm like that's rad to say.
Right. Distinguish in the sense that anything that interacts with infinity, if it possesses these properties, they would be halted. That's all it's saying.
I mean, no, because what I'm getting first of all, before I even get that, because what is cursed energy again in JJK? I don't remember from that.
Basically, the power system.
Yeah, but what is like the fundamental of it?
It's an energy that's derived from negative emotion that stem from your soul.
Okay, so it's negative emotions. That's what the verse is powered from?
Primarily, yeah.
Okay. It's not just like...
What'd you say?
No, I'm just reading. Okay. So I'm not sure where you're getting from that you could like distinguish all things that includes mass and speed. Because like in the same scan, he references that he can't like even distinguish poisonous objects yet, right? Which we know has like mass because it's gas.
Okay. I'll give an easier example. The thing is sorted out based off danger, right? So how much of a threat they pose, or whether there can be dangers in the way they affect Gojo, those things are pointed out. Poison, it's just like not smart enough at the point of detection poison object. If it was just poison thrown at him, that could be
what it says is that he could distinguish affinity could distinguish danger levels off the mass and speed of the object, right? But we know there's a limitation towards it, right? Because he can't, distinguish gas or like air or something.
Um,
Like poisonous gas, right?
Well, I'll say this much. Maybe the poisonous gas just wouldn't be sufficient enough to just kill Gojo. So anything that's actually just not strong
You
enough to
can't
affect
prove that.
Gojo. That's what it says, though. It says anything
It
that
never,
has
it
a
never says
danger
that,
level.
you can't distinguish poisonous gas because not
If they're
sufficient.
hold on.
Therefore, I
If
don't
they're
think
sorted
fails
out,
danger sense.
hold
He just
on.
says he's not able to
If
do
they're
that.
hold on. If they're sorted out based off danger, right, or the danger they possess, because it says danger level, right, and poison is just not stopped. That just by default, if you don't induction, it would mean poison isn't dangerous enough to pose a
Okay,
threat to
no,
Gojo.
you're tripping. Okay, Tom, I'm gonna read it real quick.
Yeah.
It said,
I know what you're saying.
It says it's not just the currency of terror entity, but it's the mass, speed, and shape. I can use all of them to distinguish the danger of the object. It would be nice to eventually distinguish poisonous objects as well, but that takes time, right? And from this point on in the debate, you have not seen any scan that he's able to distinguish against poisonous things, right?
Wait.
Right,
What?
such as gas, right? And the way you're arguing is that he's trying to distinguish. He's trying to distinguish that he thinks that he can't, that poison shit isn't dangerous to him. That's not what he's saying. He's literally saying that he wants to learn that because it's poisonous, obviously. What the hell? But he does not demonstrate that yet. So I don't know how you're getting that fact that he could do that.
Doesn't mean it's actually gonna like pose any sort of like danger to the point where it could affect him greatly. But say the beginning of your point again, because I think I might have misheard.
I don't think you understand, like, because in the crossverse sense, right? When you propose a hacks down, you have to go based off what's shown, right, or what's stated. And what's stated? Wait, stop. What's stated is that he cannot. He literally cannot. He does not know how to distinguish against poisonous objects and shit like that, right? So your argument can never go forward unless you send us
because it's not.
Actually, no, stop. Do you have yes or no? Do you have a scan that he could distinguish against poisonous objects? Yes or no?
It just verbatim says
yes no
here that Infinity doesn't. No.
Okay, so then the
And I've explained why it's irrelevant. I don't know why you're doing this.
I don't think it's irrelevant. I just explained it to you. If you want, we could I think we could just move on from the point, right? And I want to go to my hacks more so before
now present me with anything your character has that is either not posing any sort of threat to Gojo. Huh?
Let me tag in, bro. Let me tag in.
All right, you got it, Tensa. You got it.
You about to okay, whatever.
Does Jim want to tag in?
He's gonna ask me to prove, but
wait. Jin, do you want to tag in? Because I low-key want to switch up like the matchups, like.
You can. That's fine. He can still go on. He's fine.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So Tamaki, what is the reason you're making this point for? Just tell me like your motives.
My motive, I'm trying to see what is the limitations of infinity of what it can stop. Right. So that's why I was asking you, right. So what he said
sure.
that,
You can.
You understand what he's
I understand what he was saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand. He's just saying that like it's a general. Isn't he just saying that it's like a general thing? Wait, isn't he just saying that it's like a general thing that he's able to like negate these attacks? Besides like
but that's
poison,
not
which is like kind of questionable.
Because he's trying to say, which we was kind of semi-agreeing on, is that the way he uses infinity is that he distinguishes the fact of the danger level based on mass and speed. But in that same scan, I know this is old Gojo, right? So maybe he did learn it, but I just haven't seen anything for that he could distinguish against, like, more oppressive stuff like poisonous gas or objects, right? Which is what I was talking about. There's a limitation. It's not all things, because in that same scan, he says he can't go against poisonous objects yet. Right.
Yeah. So would you agree that it goes to like the extent of like physical objects and shit? Would you agree that it goes to like the extent of physical objects and stuff? And possibly poisons now at least.
Possibly poison. I mean, I don't know if it could go against poison because it's never shown, and we don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Yet. Like, we don't have to get into that.
If you have the scan for it, then sure. But if not, then no.
That's what I'm saying. We can just leave it up. We can just leave it like just hanging there. But Yeah. So then, so the point would be just here that so Tanwin was like arguing this to be like the general thing. He showed why it should be like this kind of like this general thing. And I'm just gonna ask you like, there's no point in getting into this any further unless your character has something that Gojo can counter.
I mean, I was going to use a hack
like a meaningless point.
I wanted to bring up a hack to Jin brought up, and I have a funny one I want to use. So that's why I was asking it. So I can.
Yeah, you can show me. You can show me, and then we can get into whether he has the hacks and if it counters Gojo's ability.
Okay, so where is it? I was gonna ask him I'm gonna ask you too. If Gojo how would Gojo deal with time stop and infinity could work and function within time stop? Because if you look in scans right here, the new kid has the time fart pause, right? So what happens is that the character farts, right? he farts out and it like ruptures like thing and it stops time, right? And it stuns your character and it makes you not be able to move, right? I could read it
How
out
much
to you.
time can he stop like time for? Like, what's the measurement? Because it says it temporarily stops time. Like, what does that mean?
It temporarily stops time within one move chance, right? So one
move
move
chance?
it would be able to do right in the game that would last up to like Jin.
Yeah,
How
so
long?
he
Is,
can.
how long is the
So he
timer?
can. Yeah.
5 minutes?
Wait. So basically, he can stop time, and when this effect is over, and I would just assume that it's over. You haven't proven that your character has like infinite energy, so Gojo could technically
Yeah, I'm
just
not
keep
saying it's gonna last
outlasting this guy.
I'm not saying it's gonna last indefinitely, right?
But then he just get like blasted with hollow purple or what?
Yeah, but I'm saying okay within like the time stop, right?
What do you mean? Yeah, like, huh?
Hold up. I'm just saying yeah.
I'm lost in the sauce, bro.
No, I'm saying yeah. Come about to start up. So what I'm saying is that what's his face? The new kid, right? He could stop time for about like around 5 minutes is the game timer. I'm pretty sure. Unless Jinko Kramer, he played the game more.
Show me that.
Yeah, let me see it.
Let's wrap this up in 5. We get to the big one.
Oh, my fault. I misunderstood the game. So what from the new information I have been presented is that the game it lasts like as long as the character goes, right? It's a turn-based game. They could go around the world in distance and stuff, right? There's no timer. So I was tripping. So Tensa, you understand like what's it called? A role-playing game, right? Where do you take turns? Well, in South Park,
Yeah, I understand what that is.
You don't know what a role-playing game is?
No. I know what that is. I've seen the gameplay clip that he just sent. It's basically you get cards and you're able to deploy those cards.
Yeah, and we know like inside South Park when they go in this quote-unquote turn-based combat, it's just like the normal world, right? It's not like they're not like literally forced into the game like that. So if he were to stop time for like however long, I'm just asking you, would Infinity be able to distinguish things within stop time? That's basically it in short.
We can literally. Okay, let me send something.
Wait, I'll be back.
Because Gojo is shown to be in a place where time is basically stopped. Time has no flowing measurement. Yeah, I know. I don't have like the fuck. Do you need like the actual thing or what? Like I can get it if you want. I just didn't think you'd have like. Okay, he's inside. Okay, I'll give you context, but I can get the scans if you want. I just send it just for the sake of sending it. Okay, he's inside the prison realm.
I would never.
And the prison realm has no time in it, so I'll just get you the scans of that if you want. But I didn't know like you were teaming up with Jin and you guys were gonna go against like a very known character. I thought you would like. I thought you have an argument against this.
The only thing I know people try to use the most is the illogical thing, right? That's pretty much everyone uses because they can't actually scale the character.
Yeah, that's what retarded people use.
Mm-hmm. And they retarded people would love to come after me for some reason in Reach. So
true that. Nah, but let me find it. Wait, Tanwin. Actually, do you have the scans?
He literally sent like a scan arrow sent in the debate where it was like a blurry Dragon Ball scan. You can't read a word off. Like
of time being stopped inside the prison realm, like time being 0.
Wait, what are you asking for?
Do you have the
time inside the prison realm like being stopped?
Okay.
I don't know what chapter that is.
He's like, it looks like time doesn't pass here. That's what he says. Hold on.
Oh, he says it at the same scan, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Why do you have the scan without a word on them? Like you just like
no. I just looked up Gojo inside prison realm. This was the first thing that came up. I wasn't actually looking for it in fucking manga.
He just has a scan. He's like, yeah, this scan shows he has no time. There's no words in there.
Bro, I found it.
Okay, Jin wants to be tagged in, so I'll tag him in.
But go ahead.
Jin knows inverse anyways.
Okay.
Jin. So time is stopped. That's stated. Time does not pass.
Yeah, I disagree. So you know what Hannah says when they're gonna unseal Gojo?
They said they're unsure about it. That's what they say.
No,
they don't know if they can release Gojo because they're not sure of his mental state, and they make that condition on how much time passed.
Yeah, exactly. The point is, they say that they don't know if they can release Gojo because how much time passed in the prison realm, right? It could have been 100.
Any has passed, yeah.
It could have been 100 years, could have been 3 days, right? The point is, it's not that time looks stopped. looks. It's not that time is stopped. It's just that there's a temporal what's the word? Temporal displacement to where time moves differently in the prison realm. For example, let's say in the like real life, anything moves at a constant speed of 1. But in the prison realm, it could be anywhere between like 100 times speed or like minus 100. You know, because we know
Can I make a response real quick?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so there's no basis to affirm time passing upon. So we're just gonna go with the assumption that it doesn't. That's what you're saying. We don't know. We don't know if it actually passes or not. We don't even have a measurement. It could be any number. No, it could. No, you're saying that it could be passing, and that passing could have like any rate. No. But how does Hannah know that? How does Angel know that it's actually passing?
It looks like Gege is giving us people who knows about the prison realm. You know, Kenjaku's had it for years on end to seal people. Angel is literally just a direct counter to it. You know, a narrative device to counter that.
Author's intent is not going to be like a good enough argument. You're going to have to show me why Hannah actually knows what's happening inside the prison realm. I can just question that.
He said the author putting characters in to give us a story is not a good enough thing to tell us something. Yeah, you're waffling. I'm sorry.
The characters can be wrong, can they not?
Okay, well, show me Hannah being wrong. Go ahead.
That's not what I said. I said that they can be wrong. You're the one in the no. Listen here. You're the one who has the burden to show me that Hannah is in fact correct about this.
I already showed you. that Hannah is literally.
No, you said that they put in characters to convey things, but they could be conveying things wrongly.
And what are they trying to convey? They're trying to convey that the only thing that's different is that time is relative between the user and the outside world, to where it could vary from 100 or it could vary to minus 100. Well, while the world's in a constant state of 1.
But why does Angel have the knowledge of that? When someone who's actually experiencing Jin, someone who's actually experiencing what's happening inside the prison realm, they say that time does not pass. There's clearly a difference between our quality of evidence. You're using someone who you're just saying, oh well, this is meant to be implied. They have no connection to the prison realm. You haven't proved that.
Hey, yo, wrap this up in 2 minutes.
Okay. But my evidence, I have someone who directly interacts with the prison realm and they make a statement. They have reason behind it.
Okay. Do you know how Gojo looks after he gets to the prison realm?
Show me. I mean, I know how he looks, but are you gonna say that just because he looks different in art, time must have passed?
No, it's more so his clothes got torn. He's more buff.
And then not just be the art style?
No, I think that Gojo, time has passed, and that Gojo has gotten physically more fit, and his clothes are ripped because they've grown old for how long he's been in there.
I don't necessarily think that's what the case. They could have just been torn because he traveled like a few fucking 1,000 kilometers from one of the trenches of like Japan. Going through seals and everything. But listen.
No, it's
is your point really that because he changed in appearance, time must have passed?
Wait, Tensa, wait, let's talk about that distance thing. You know his affinity stopped him from dying to that and that whole thing, right? So it wouldn't have.
Wait, say that again?
His clothes were not the distance thing has nothing to do with the clothes because the affinity protected him. That like Kenjaku literally said,
the infinity protected him?
Yes, Kenjaku said he made a special calendar. If Gojo were to get out, he'd have been sunken in like the bottom of the ocean to drown and die. But guess what? It didn't work. And what the only thing that Gojo has to protect himself?
Sorry.
Infinity.
Okay, but I'm sorry, bro. You're not gonna be able to prove that Gojo actually had infinity on. Like, show me a scan. Show me a scan where that's stated, shown, anything.
I'll
show me that.
I'll post a scan where Kenjaku says that he deliberately made a plan to kill Gojo, and the only thing that Gojo used to protect himself is the infinity, bro.
Our debate's over. Auden gave verdict and said that it's been 2 minutes.
Oh shit.
Auden said me and Tensa won.
All hail Auden.
Wait, is Ace here?
Who's here?
Ace. All right, never mind. He's not. Do too, bro.
I wasn't really. I mean, I was.
Wait,
listening.
I don't care, bro. Crown the new champions, bro. Tell him.
No.
Tell him who the tag team champions are, bro. It's me and Tensa. Oh shit.
Yeah, that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how Auden gave verdict on this point because we didn't finish with it, but
we didn't finish, but Auden said that they won the first point when like all I'm saying, Beeman and them like already saw how we slapped that. Like
Yo,
how
wait, Auden gave judgment on this point or no?
bro. But it's
He
cool,
gave
bro.
judgment on both points.
What did he give this? What did he give the judgment for this point?
Beamman appeal has to be like one of the strongest rhetorical tactics out there. That's like
What did
Well,
Auden give
I'm
judgment
just
for
saying,
this point?
powerful as fuck.
look, I'm just saying, if people like Beeman and them are saying that like we won the first point because we already proved like us whatchamacallit, the thing. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Somebody might be waffling.
You don't. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You don't want to mess with the King of Realms. You don't want to mess with the champion Auden.
Beanman hasn't debated in 4 years.
Okay, you okay, bro?
Didn't you
Auden
say
been
he's
debating
tier
for 4 years.
B-Man's tier 2. Don't forget that. Tier
All
2.
right, next.
Beeman tier 5 because that's been 4 years, bro. Yo, even Apollo thinks I won that, and Apollo doesn't even like me like that. Well, we don't have the best relationship. It's
I
crazy.
mean, I didn't even know Auden was the judge, but I don't really care. This is just
I
like
thought they were
cashing
Bro, I
three
votes.
swear,
judges.
bro. This
Wait,
is this is
so-
what happens like in every debate.
Wait, for
I thought
that
there were
first point.
judges, bro. There were 3 judges. It was
No,
Alden.
to be fair, I think if we won the second point, the first point doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
but-
yeah, because the point was just like if we fart, we stop time. If it doesn't work, we beat you up. You know.
Wait.
I wanted to. I want if it was longer. I
We
wanted
should have gotten to like. Yeah, go on.
I wanted to bring up the STD hacks, but we didn't have enough time.
STD hacks. What
Yeah,
the
he
fuck?
enforces STD,
Bro,
which is like.
Tammin, you're gonna have to do some research before you put me in another one of these fucking debates.
I
I
literally
had
told
no
you the
fucking
characters
idea
you
what
could
we were
use
going
for
up against, bro.
Jin, look, hold up. If you guys look in chat, bro, I wanted to use this character a little bit more because he's funnier, but Jin picked a new kid, so that was depressing because I really wanted to use Mitch Connor. So
Look, judgment
this
was
is Mitch
horrible.
Connor in chat.
That's all I'm gonna say. Judgment was horrible. I'm sorry.
What the
Judgment was horrible.
fuck?
Yeah, I wanted to use Mitch Connor because that would have been Fergie.
All right, next
Wait,
up,
isn't that what you guys initially said?
Wait a second.
I said Mitch Connor
All
or
right,
new
Senator,
kid.
announce the next thing when you're ready.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
Well, how does Auden just like give a judgment without seeing in VC and just fucking dies? Like, what is this?
Nah, I don't know why they like wrapped this up so fast. Like about the second judgment, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm just not gonna take that. Like on paper, we might have won, but nah, bro. We didn't finish the point. It's not like an actual win.
Hold on.
Loki,
No.
Loki, bro. I was probably rambling on the second point, bro. I had like no fucking idea fuck what's going on.
Yeah, but someone else was rambling. No, I'm playing.
I mean, be taking these random ass fucking topics, bro.
I'm peak rambler, bro. I'm peak
Man,
rambler. The way I
if I saw
saw
the scan, if I didn't tag out and I saw the scan, I would have just said that doesn't stop the hacks like at all. But like him moving like, man, Jin, why didn't you just be like, oh, like that doesn't stop the hacks, bro?
What, the time stop?
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure there's a scan that Striker showed me that Prison Realm is time stop or something like that.
I haven't seen that scan, but all I know is that
Even then, if he just says there's no time pass, it seems like no time is passing in here, whatever. I don't know why that was like. Unless you're trying to give Grant.
Bro, all I'm saying, I don't
there's a
think-
scan
I
in
don't
South
think
Park that upscales the time stop to work on people whose immeasurable.
It's not even that, Hubert. It's not even that, Hubert. I don't think his argument about you can't prove alternate intent matters here is like, I think that's stupid. Like that's.
I mean,
actually,
I don't even know what you argued personally.
I was arguing that Gege introduced characters who knew about how the prison realm functioned to as a plot device. Like Kenjaku had used it before to trap people like Gojo, like the 6 eyes yielders, and then Angel was supposed to be a direct counter to that, who's like supposed to be stopping that shit. You know, so it makes sense why they know about it and functions. Right? Which is why she says, "Oh, it can vary between you can be in there for like 100 years, minutes or a few days, right? But we can't say precisely." Which is why I said that the prison realm is just like a temporal different time space. Like it just fluctuates when it comes to how fast or slow it moves. Which is like, but I guess author's intent doesn't matter.
Yeah, go ahead and prove the author's intent right now.
For real, bruh. No cap. And
Yo,
yeah, that's
hold on,
crazy.
give me a second. I'm trying to think. I'm just waiting on the person to get up.
Senator, they're both here. Do you want me to drag them up?
Yeah, I'm waiting on them to accept.
All right.
He said give him a few minutes and he'll come right now. I mean he'll come.
Oh shit. I think I just accidentally disconnected Tensa. My
Alright,
bad.
D1's here.
D1 defending the title, bro.
Okay, I'm back. What I missed?
Nothing real. I think they're just speaking about the debate.
Bro, I just watched 2 episodes of My Babysitter's a Vampire, and there's no way these niggas ain't done yet, bro.
We're done, but Auden gave judgment like without even being called or anything, and like fucking died.
Who did he say won?
I mean, against contrary belief from the chat, he thinks they won.
What?
Yeah, I don't know how. For the
Bro, I
second
literally
point,
said it in mod chat. I literally said it in mod chat like 40 minutes before you niggas finished. I said Odin's gonna hold these niggas, bro.
I mean, he didn't even give judgment call. I just want to hear why he thinks they won, and it would be straight. But it's whatever. I don't care. This was a favorite.
I mean, we have like an unwritten rule just to like make future events easier, where like judges don't have to like give a, real thing. Like they're more like referees.
Oh, okay.
He's here.
I was just interested on why he thought they won.
He probably doesn't.
I'm not like doing judgment. I don't do that. Okay.
Don't even like he. I doubt he even listen. I swear. Don't worry.
Alright, give him a second because he's gonna
Tanwin.
He's getting something, but he's here.
Tanwin.
Wait, Sam's in D1 about to.
Tanwin, what is your thought with are the allegations true? Are the allegations true?
Oh my God, son, look at
Your strategy tactic was to stall the entire time.
100% yes.
Look again. Like it's not gonna be quick.
Nigga, that
Y'all niggas let me.
Yeah, wait, I'll explain. One sec.
That long, nigga.
Yes, nigga. Wait, one sec. I'll explain why.
Okay, go ahead.
Yo, Jutsu.
Yo.
Let's play Rogue after this, bro.
I'm not home, nigga. Like I said, it's like 5 times.
My bad. You don't have to.
Chat. I should never got so mad just now. My bad, bro.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Hold up.
This nigga apologize. Bro.
Nigga, I apologize because I'm being the bigger man. I could have just stayed there and just left you fucking sad. Bald ass nigga.
That's to begin with, bro. Wager me in ABA. We can play later today. We can play later. Odin flip a coin, literally, bro. Literally.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yo, Plutus. who is this nigga talking to?
Let's time for halftime.
Yeah, we can wager. It's just gonna end bad for you though, so it's literally gonna be me stealing from me.
I will wager a 1v2 against both of you on Rogue.
Anyways, this chatter is just gonna keep chatting. What we waiting? Now I'm speaking about me and the other ace.
All right, so what's going on now? Like, what's about
the halftime show? The halftime show, bro.
Halftime show. Yeah, let Jutsu perform one of his songs for the halftime show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jutsu. Yeah.
Yeah, before it's over, it was my turn.
Bro, y'all call me in for a halftime.
Move the bottom. Move the bottom. Just a quick halftime show.
D1, be ready because Sam's gonna call you out.
Wait, can this be somebody's intro? Yo, D1, can this be your intro? Or Sam's, either one?
What'd you say?
You can cut a promo if you want.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fuck this. Just a halftime show. Hey, somebody move the bottom.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Wait, which bot do I use?
Just have Ear Tensifier. But that one might be loud as hell.
Command.
Ear Tensifier is bugging right now.
Jen.
Use a different one.
Jen.